Hello, my name is Terrence Day and I'm part of the Alien Skin team that brought you iCandy 6. Welcome to this tutorial about the iCandy filter user interface. While each of iCandy's filters has its own unique set of controls, there are some common aspects of the user interface that are shared among all 30 filters. In this tutorial, I'm going to take you on a tour of these common user interface controls. Let's use the superstar filter as an example, though most things I describe here are applicable to any filter. I'm going to start the filter, and here in the filter user interface, we have the controls on the left side organized into tabs, and on the right side, you see the filter results. When you start the filter will automatically zoom the preview image so that it fits nicely into the preview window. You can see at the bottom right corner that the zoom level is 50%. You can zoom in further to see the actual pixels by clicking on the 1-to-1 button. You can zoom in further by selecting the zoom tool and drawing a box around the region you want to see. To pan around and see other parts of the preview, use the hand tool and then drag on the preview image. You can see where you are by looking at the navigation window up here. Notice that as you click with the mouse, the unprocessed image is shown, which provides you a quick way of toggling between the before and after images. The before and after button can also be used for this purpose or simply use the spacebar. Now let's zoom back out to 100% and take a look at the preview window. Notice these control points in the window. Only a few filters have these control points, and for these filters, there is an arrow tool that you can select. Once you are using this arrow tool, you can drag these control points to alter the effects of the filter. Sometimes you may need to pan around the preview window while you're editing this filter effect. You can go back to the hand tool, but the quicker way is to use the spacebar. If you hold down the spacebar, notice that the arrow tool becomes a hand tool. Now you can drag the preview around as if you had chosen the hand tool. When you're done, let go of the mouse and you are back in the arrow tool. Let's zoom out by pressing the fit button so that the entire image fills the preview window. And I'm going to show you this control on the right that lets you preview the before and after images in a split screen mode. There are many options to choose from and you can pick the one that fits your needs. Now let's direct our attention back to the left side of the user interface, starting with the Settings tab. The top panel of this tab shows the factory settings that are shipped with every filter. If you save any settings, they show up in the bottom panel. Let's take a look at the factory settings. They are organized into groups. If you're new to the Superstar filter, the best way to see what it can do is to go to the Settings Tour group and browse the settings in it. If you see something that you like this one, you can go to the Common group and see more settings in this group. If you're a seasoned iCandy user, settings like these serve as a starting point for you to quickly try out ideas. When you find a setting that is close to what you like, you can fine-tune the effects by adjusting the controls in the Basic tab. This is a great time saver. Now that we're in the Basic tab, let's take a look at the controls in this tab. Obviously, since each filter is different, the controls in this and other tabs vary from filter to filter, but there are a few things that I like to highlight here. The first thing are the tooltips that pop up when you hover the mouse over the control. These tooltips give you useful information about how to use each control. The next thing that I want to point out is the Create Output on New Layer option. This option is available in all iCandy filters if you are using Photoshop or Photoshop Elements. When this option is enabled, iCandy will render the filter effect to a new layer above the current layer. When it is disabled, iCandy will overwrite the contents of the current layer. In most situations, you should have this option enabled so that the filter will work in a non-destructive manner. I'm going to leave this option enabled and hit OK to apply the filter. Notice that iCandy has placed the filter effect on its own new layer. The original layer is still available, and that's what I mean by the filter working in a non-destructive manner. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial. Please check out our other tutorials at alienskin.com.